What's the worst cheating story you've ever heard? Story number 1. Well, to start, my biological mom's best friend was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. We moved her husband, and her daughter in. My mom slept with her husband and got pregnant, so they put her in a nursing home to die all alone, just so they wouldn't have to deal with the consequences. She was hours away as well, so her daughter, who was 10 at the time, was unable to visit her. She died alone because she went to her best friend for help. I don't speak to my bio mom anymore. After her friend's death, she showed off her brand new car with the life insurance money. She married her husband. At the time, her dead best friend also had a 19-year-old daughter who was homeless with a toddler. I felt so fucking sick sitting in the car listening to her brag about how nice it was and how she finally got the car that she wanted. Some people are just disgusting. More backstop that just makes this story absolutely vile. My bio mom is a counselor, and the way she even met this best friend of hers was through the daughter who was 19 with a toddler. They met when said daughter was 13. My bio mom was her caseworker for mental health support. She crossed a huge professional boundary doing this. On top of that, she came into the girl's life to help her and ended up hurting her so fucking badly. Her mom, who passed away, wasn't the only victim here. My bio mom was also married. There's other children involved, etc. So many people were hurt by this. It's truly sickening. To be honest, during my bio mom's pregnancy, her mom actually also got stage 4 lung cancer. She died within 7 weeks and never met bio mom's baby. I kinda feel like it was her fault in a sense. I truly believe that karma can and will get you through loved ones.
Oh, man. I want your biological mom to be tetraplegic, like a vegetable for the rest of her life, to have everything. And I also hope her husband leaves her alone, as he did with her ex-wife, and let's wish he becomes a tetraplegic too. I know, I am being extreme, but some people deserve this kind of pain to live with their mistakes for the end of their lives. Satan is afraid of your bio mom right now.
Oh man. Oh dude, I dream about that shit. She also let me be sexually abused and admitted to me that she just doesn't understand why it would be so bad since it's never happened to her. Sometimes I wish I could just pay a bunch of guys to absolutely ruin her. I was gun raped at the age of 4, left with anal and vaginal tearing. She didn't want to push charges on the perpetrators. I hope someday someone does everything they did to me plus tenfold. That rotten fucking bitch. Oh, and did I mention she's currently the executive of our state's Mental Health Counselors Association? She's a counselor and is active in the local church. You get the gist. She literally treats her patients like fun little stories to tell over at the dinner table. That woman is everything that's wrong with society.
Based on everything you have said and described, it's not difficult to find the person listed in this position online. Probably should consider editing this particular bit of info. You know, just in case.
And why exactly does someone like that deserve anonymity? Why exactly does someone like that deserve anonymity?
They don't, but from a legal standpoint, you're leaving yourself vulnerable, as you can also be identified pretty easily. Plus, the person identifiable from your post could be completely innocent, not doubting your story, but just the identification process using that information could lead to a dangerous doxing situation. Doxing sucks, and I actually don't wish it on anyone. For what it's worth, if it is her and she did everything you say, I hope every bit of bad karma catches up with her, like someone has said previously.
Yeah, I understand, and I changed it. I don't want any legal troubles, even if she does deserve all the hate that could come her way.
Assuming that the woman I saw is the correct one, perhaps an anonymous letter with some sort of evidence as to her behavior could do the trick. Send it to other members of the committee and her employer. It could definitely start off the karma train. You wouldn't be getting revenge or getting even with her. You would be assisting karma.
I'm trying very hard to heal, and that includes leaving her behind. I usually don't even think about her. But seeing this, I knew I had to talk about it for a second. I don't know if she'll ever get her karma. All that matters to me truly is that I can heal and move on. And thanks for the comment and whatnot, internet stranger. Means a lot. You have no idea how much.
This is why some female apes dismember others.
This make me This made me laugh so fucking much. Lamau.
Top comment and none out of this thread. Came for curiosity, living with a nauseous feeling. I hope you're doing well. OP.
I'm not. I'm not fine. But thanks anyway.
Sorry, but your mother and her lover are lower than whale shit in the Mariana Trench. I'm really sorry that she has her name on your birth certificate.
Is there a way to get it off after adulthood? Because it actually really bothers me.
The ages for the daughter are confusing me, the ones you mentioned. So they met when daughter was 13. Person with cancer was put into a nursing home and the daughter was 10. Someone please explain to me. My brain is not catching up.
Oh, no problem. I'll explain it to you. Sorry, there are two daughters. One was really minor, one was 10, and the other was 19. It's a lot, I know. When the 19-year-old was 13 is when my bio mom was introduced to her mom, the best friend with cancer.
Must have been mind-bending insane for you. Words cannot express how sorry I am for you. I feel like my sympathy is not enough, but it's there.
Oh yeah, it truly was. And the worst part was all the adults in my life trying to convince me this is normal and healthy, okay? No, it's not. Bio mom and her husband's new rule is that they are not allowed to be friends with the opposite sex. Since they both are serial cheaters, they think this will protect them. Lamau.
I couldn't agree with you more. It's not normal and it's not healthy. Forbidding anyone to have friends of the opposite sex is just ludicrous.
Story number 2. Yeah, thanks for having me. Well, this is my story. A couple was together for 8 years, both working at sea on the same ship for and 8 to 11 week trips. Bought the house and heading towards marriage, kids, etc., etc., etc. Start an 11-week trip and I noticed something wasn't right. Girl had fucked another crew member on the trip off and wanted to be with them. Guy had to watch the start of the new relationship while on a floating prison and due to his qualifications couldn't leave the ship. The source? Me. I am that guy. And hello everyone. I'm a guy from Oceania. I work on ships and I am writing these lines during the final days of January in the year 2024.
Reading your story immediately made me think of the following passage from this American author. He looked across the sea and knew how alone he was now. But he could see the prisms in the deep dark water and the line stretching ahead and the strange undulation of the calm. The clouds were building up, now for the trade wind, and he looked ahead and saw a flight of wild ducks etching themselves against the sky over the water. Then blurring, then etching again, and he knew no man was ever alone on the sea. Written by Ernest Hemingway, The Old Man and the Sea. I'm starting to think he was talking about you.
Holy fuck, I love this! It gave me goosebumps. Also, a much better way of describing how I felt. Thank you so much.
So, one time when I was in college, I went through a really bad breakup. I had just left, sitting in my car, thinking the bad thoughts. Some weird woman came up and knocked on my window asking for a ride, very obviously pregnant, so I feel obligated. She proceeded to smoke in my car without asking as I drove her to a city area. Didn't know where I was going, just followed her directions. I like to consider her my trailer trash guardian angel.
Oh, I also had a very similar experience, going through a different tough time. I took a week off to road trip and reconnect with nature. I took the roads less traveled and picked up every hitchhiker I saw. One in particular was a complete mess, incoherent and smelled of piss and shit. So he creeped me out, so I made it sound like the next town was my stop. When he got out of the car, he said one sentence clear as day. Look after what you already have. And that one comment hit me hard. Thank you, random piss guy.
Oh man, that really reminds me of my own healing experience with nature. I was at a music festival with a bunch of friends, but including my ex and the girl she cheated on me with. It had been a really rough few months. The breakup sucked for me, and as painful as it was, I had to see my ex and the other girl basically on a weekly basis and try not to go insane. Ex was gaslighting me the whole time for months, trying to hold on to a friendship with me, and lying about her relationship status with the other girl. I was in a bad place and honestly just didn't want to lose my best friend, so I believed her when she said they were not together. Anyway, cut to 4 AM at this music festival. I'm alone, sitting on a hill waiting for the sunrise. It's kinda warm and the sky is clear, so it's going to be a good one. About 20 minutes before the sun is due to rise, I notice about 50 meters in front of me, the only other people at this particular location in a festival of more than 200,000 people, my ex and the other girl. They are sitting together and they are making out. I sat there and watched them the entire time and let myself feel all the feelings until I didn't feel anything more. My ex gets up and leaves, and then the sun rose, and it was beautiful, and it felt like I finally saw the light, and I was given closure and could finally turn a page and start over. As I watched that sunrise with such gratitude for the clarity and peace it had just brought me, and for the new day it was bringing. Honestly, one of the closest feelings I've had of experiencing a spiritual moment. It just felt so special, and like I was right where I needed to be. I cut my ex out of my life emotionally for good that day. I still see them both socially, but it's just that I don't care anymore. And exactly a week later, I met the absolute love of my life. Nature is so powerful. I'm glad you experienced it too.
Wow, I feel this. I'm also glad you had this moment of clarity. Nature sure is powerful. I'm still waiting for the love of my life, but I'm not in a rush either. I have only recently learned that it's me with the problem of not letting people in to meet the real me. This is what I'm currently working on.
Oh man. I don't know what your hobbies or present career ambitions are, but the way you reflect on that moment, I hope you are into photography or writing, some type of art or creative pursuit.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. I'm more of a jack of all trades kind of guy. I dabble in photography. I used to work at a place making wrought iron gates, balustrades, etc., which was a good creative outlet, and have made several kind of arty knickknacks out of steels or stainless over the years.
Oh man, I'm over here minding my damn business and now I wanna cry. I've had those moments before, and they are precious beyond compare. Hold on to that piece, brother. It's been years for me too, and I still don't know if I'm ready to date or not either. I feel like I have run out of time though. I'm glad you were able to move on. I seldomly post on any social media. Came to say your story is absolutely incredible. I hope you have the best time ever. Literally brought tears to my eyes. Nature will always give that warm hug when we need it the most. All the good vibes your way. You deserve the love that you crave.
Oh. Honestly, I've been blown away by the support. Thank you. I appreciate you all. I will try to give you some more details. This happened about 12 years ago. It was 4 years before I dated again, but honestly I still struggled to bring my walls down and really let anyone in. I had to stay on board as the company needed my engineering qualification to operate legally. They had no one to cover for me. They really did try too. I'll finish with a good note. While sitting on the stern for hours, I was followed by something glorious that got me through. Maybe it was my guardian angel, maybe divine intervention. Call it whatever you want, but it was amazing. I had finished my inspection rounds, which was usually around 2 a.m., sitting there wanting to jump, as I feel like my whole life had already ended. I was just there for the ride. I must have entered a trance-like state, as the next thing I looked up from the rushing water was to see the sun just starting to peek over the horizon, showing one of the best sunrises I had ever seen. Dolphins were hanging around below me. Seabirds were cruising, and I don't know exactly what it was, but the whole combination just made me feel like nature was there for me. But she also didn't want me to join her. So I guess my take from all this, that if you're ever in a position this low and you think self-death is the only way out, find the one thing that you love and hold on to it tightly. Life will always get better. Trust me, it will get better. Mother Nature, I love you.
Well, I'm in a position lower. The people I love the most are dead, and I have become very emotionally numb. Trust me, for some people, it just can't get better, and I don't think it will get better for me.
As as I don't know your situation, everything I said here should be taken with a grain of salt. None of this will be easy, but a few experiences over my life have taught me some things. First off, try to be positive or look for the positive in every situation. If you can find anything, then maybe it's time for a major change in your life. You can move towns or even countries, maybe change your career. I have done drastic changes like this 3 times so far, and every single time life got better for me. If you're really struggling, then take a step back from your life and figure out what needs to change for you to be happy again and do those things. These drastic changes can also be very difficult too, but it's worth it. I'm just an internet stranger, but you do matter. We all appreciate you being here. Send me a message if you think my views can help you. Kia kaha. That's Maori for stay strong, stand tall.